morning. So we'll just start by looking through the physical body, scanning briefly as we take a stable, comfortable, meditative position. Try to relax into that position where our back is straight, upright, our torso is open, our feet are flat, our hands are in the lap, and we're just looking for any tension and just relaxing it, kind of letting the body hang on the skeleton in a stable way. Settling into just whatever for you is the most comfortable, most stable configuration for the body. If there's any tension or anything that hurts, just make adjustments. We start paying attention to the mind. We start directing the mind away from its natural tendency to scatter to the things that are waiting for us in our day. And any other distractions in our environment. These are all things that we can attend to after the meditation. But just for now, our goal is to concentrate our awareness entirely inside the body and mind. So we can use the breath as an anchor for our awareness, holding our attention to the area around the nostrils as we breathe normally, not trying to breathe slowly or deeply, just breathing normally and paying attention to any physical sensations that we can apprehend in that one location. And as the mind naturally becomes distracted to some other object, our job is just to notice that quickly and lift gently our awareness from whatever the mind has moved to and place it back on that sensation. Just doing that again and again as necessary, seeing that as the process of meditation. It's not abnormal. That's the method by which we train in concentration. Doing our best to hold our awareness in that present moment physical sensation. And when the mind is a bit more calm, instead of virtuous intention, recognizing that we are at the start of another day, we've woken up yet again in a precious human rebirth, a day of possibility, another day where we can see everyone that we meet as a wish fulfilling jewel, helping us to progress along the path, and taking inspiration from the fact that it will shortly be Lababdu Chen, and thinking that there's no difference between myself and the Buddha, except that I've not yet fully trained my mind, but I can, and even think that I must in order to be able to be of benefit to myself and others. So we think that the purpose of our time is to make progress toward that goal, not only for our own sake, but also for the benefit of limitless others. And with that motivation, we'll turn again to the 8 verses of thought transformation. So we're on verse 7. In short, I will offer directly and indirectly every benefit and happiness to all beings, my mothers. I will practice in secret, taking upon myself all their harmful actions and sufferings. In short, I will offer directly and indirectly every benefit and happiness to all beings, my mothers. I will practice in secret, taking upon myself all their harmful actions and sufferings. So with this verse, we're getting at the heart of the self cherishing mind, our obsessive preoccupation with putting our own desires above those of all others, by trying to adopt an attitude that reverses that priority, when we're offering happiness to others and taking on their sufferings, their negativities. Trying to cultivate the mind of a mother for her child who would pray to take that suffering upon herself and relieve her child of that suffering. Of course, we can train in this through Tonglen, the meditation technique of taking and giving. So try to see how in your own life there are patterns where the moment your own suffering arises, it's unbearable. The moment that we apprehend the suffering of others, much more okay. There's no urgency. See if that's true in your experience and see if that's reasonable. Go through and make some examples and see if those tendencies line up with your own aspirations for continued spiritual growth and development, or see if that's actually an obstacle. And if you can perceive that habit energy as being an obstacle, then make a resolve to start putting more effort, more energy into reversing self cherishing for other cherishing, and joining that resolve with an understanding that it should be done in secret. We don't need to talk about that we do the practice of Tonglen or that we cherish others. We don't need to be seen as doing that. We just need to change in our hearts, internally. Set a strong determination to find ways of cherishing others and even being willing to take on their sufferings and offer them happiness. And we'll move on to verse 2, or the next verse, verse 8. May all these practices be undefiled by the stains of the eight worldly concerns, and by perceiving all phenomena as illusory, may I be released from the bondage of attachment. May all these practices be undefiled by the stains of the eight worldly concerns, and by perceiving all phenomena as illusory, may I be released from the bondage of attachment. We're contemplating here the need for our practice to be pure, for our practice not to be done for the purpose of wealth or status or comfort or reputation, but just to be done for the benefit of other beings. Eight worldly concerns of praise and wealth and comfort, reputation, these have no place in our spiritual lives. So we have to be vigilant and guard against wanting to be seen in a particular way, wanting to be praised, wanting to be rewarded, only doing it for the benefit of others. So try to check in your own experience how often the desire for reputation, fame, wealth, status creeps in, even with respect to our role in a spiritual community or in society. See if you can identify that as an obstacle and then set a determination to be free of those influences, to recognize as they arise and to avert them. And the second aspect of the verse on the illusoriness of experience is a vast and profound topic, but what we can say is that the Buddha presents cognition as an active process where reality is filtered in many ways, filtered through culture, filtered through biology, filtered through our experiences. We bring all of that to every act of cognition. That informs and creates how we experience everything that we experience. We layer on top all of those filters. So it's almost as if our own unique perception is an illusion because it's such an active, created perception. Whereas we think that it's just passive, that we're just noticing what's there. We play no role. Buddha says that's not true. So things exist, but the way in which they appear is very active, very created by our mind. And when we recognize that, we can let go of appearances, that they're not as stable as we thought. We can let go of our attachments, seeing them as like dreams, like illusions, because we bring so much to the act of cognition, perception. So try to make a few examples of ways in which you might layer or bring to acts of perception or cognition things that aren't really there from the side of the object itself, independent of us. And see if that helps you observe it more as an illusion. And if you can rest your mind in a state of wisdom that can let it go, and concentrate your awareness there. And when you're ready, we'll come back together and we'll dedicate the merits. So we think that all of the positive karmic seeds that we've created by setting a vast virtuous motivation, and then looking at the self cherishing mind, trying to overcome it, looking at how we concretize things in ways that aren't in line with reality and trying to overcome that. All of those beneficial actions we offer for the benefit of all sentient beings. May they ripen in whatever ways sentient beings need for them to progress along the path to achieve enlightenment. May it serve as a cause for my own continued spiritual growth and development. May it bring me closer to my spiritual guides and to the Buddhas. May it create the conditions for the Buddhas to remain and teach, manifesting. May it bring an end to all conflict, adversity, all negative karmic appearances. Thank you.